Now, what does this guitar pick have to do with spring cleaning and organization? Absolutely nothing. Welcome to the superpilotish channel. My name is Graham Wilson, and today in my basement, I'll be talking to you all about, I'll be talking to myself about what I got to do today to kind of get caught up on spring cleaning, organization, all that other stuff. But first, thank you, Travis, my neighbor, for this cool pick. He gave me a whole bunch of guitar picks a couple of years ago when I kind of got back into playing guitar. And I first, one of those things like I just got back from vacation, and one of the things about vacation is that you get a little bit more time to think about things. And I was thinking about my guitar pick, and wasn't really thinking too much about what I got to do when I get back from vacation. Oh, hey, Wrench. Hey, Harold. And so I was just this morning, I was like, what does Yngwie Malmsteen do to shred on the guitar like that? And the common thread is a lot of these guys have very thick guitar picks. So I tried out one of Travis's 1.5 millimeter Alice picks, and you could really chug on the low end string. So very cool. Doesn't have anything to do with spring, but spring is a time of rebirth, all that stuff. Time to get kind of organized, and you put stuff off in the wintertime, and it's like, I don't feel like doing it. But so now it's getting finally. Today's supposed to get up to okay, what is it, 13, 14? I don't know what that is in what would that be in Fahrenheit? About 50? Yeah, 50, 55, something like that in Fahrenheit. So enough to okay, let's go do some stuff. And so what I'm going to do is I while I was waiting to go on here, I kind of made myself a cheat sheet list, and that's going to be my list for doing my running around today. Oh, hey, Shecky, welcome to the show. So I'm going to do, oh, there we go. Harold was saying it's 50 across the river. Yeah, Harold just lives across the river and not too far from Detroit or from Windsor. Okay, that's about right. Anyways, let's get to my super pilotish 5 list. I came up with 5 things, but anyways, I'll just get right into the whiteboard because I really missed my whiteboard when I was down in El Salvador. So there we go. Number 1, emails. Emails, you say? Yes, emails, I say. Because it's one of those things. It's like and especially you notice when you get older, it's like I really should contact that guy, or I wonder what he's up to now, or this, or and it's like, okay, I got to knock off a few of these emails that I was kind of thinking I should probably do that, and part of that is kind of getting my summertime flying organized. Who am I going to be flying with, where, doing what? And so I got to kind of start thinking about that now that the weather's going to be getting better. So emails, I will be doing that. And then on my cheat sheet, I put down who I'm going to be emailing. That's top secret for me. Okay, number 2. And then I was like, okay, I got to buy some stuff. I came back from vacation. I look in my, I'm looking around. It's like, oh, I'm low on, what did I have? Just little things like I always like to have backup of anything. I don't know whether it's a pilot thing where you got to have redundancy in the system where like I just and plus maybe it's just getting old. It drives me nuts when I run out of stuff and I'm like, I gotta go to the store. No, I want to just be able to go over there and grab it if I run out. So I came back and it's like, oh, I don't have any backup salad dressing. I like cucumber salad dressing. It tastes pretty good. Or blue cheese is pretty good too. That's you can't really make it yourself easily. But so it's like I got no salad dressing and I'm gonna have a barbecue today. So that is unacceptable. We gotta do some shopping. So but that was food. But there's other stuff too that I was thinking about. And so I figured I'd put a list of okay, what stores do I have to go to today? So here we go. Number 2. And this just popped into my head because if you're a guy, this store pops into your head first when you think of a store. Hardware store. I got to go to the hardware store. I was and because it's springtime, so we got to start our tomato seeds here pretty soon. Usually start those about the first week of April and inside, and then they get out, plant them around May. Mid-May, after no threat of frost. So Anyways, that's like, oh, we were looking around in the garage because like you don't hang out in the garage too much when it's the winter time and it's super cold. So the other day it's like, how are things in the garage? Did anything anything get stolen while I was gone? Nope. But I was like, oh, we got to start our tomato seeds. Oh, I don't have any potting soil, so off to the hardware store I will go and get some potting soil. And then it was like, oh, I'm gonna barbecue. Hey, where's my lighter fluid for my barbecue? I got like a little bit left, but I like to have kind of backup there. So I got no redundancy in the barbecue lighter fluid system. No, okay, we got to fix that up. And so all that stuff's available at the hardware store. And then I'm looking at my little planter box on my garage. I plant my we usually put petunia, or no, is it marigold seeds in there? They grow up real easy. And it's like I made it out of wood a few years ago. It's starting to rot a bit. I kind of patched it up with this and patched it up with that. And it's like, okay, this is going to take major surgery, so I got to get some metal or something that won't rot and keep it up going for another 5 years or whatever. So we go. Hardware store it is. Number 3. Okay. I don't know how long this show is going to be here today, but whatever. Okay. We'll put this all together in there's some specific stores I wrote down here on my cheat sheet list, but we will summarize that as groceries. Okay, so grocery stores, whatever you got to do. I mean, we check. Usually, you have. I have a stand-up freezer down here. I keep all my tomatoes. We still have some tomatoes frozen from last year, and we're looking like, what if I wanted to make some spaghetti or something? We did that the other day, and it's like, oh, we're down to our last stash of ground beef. It's like, what do you mean I got no backup ground beef? That is unacceptable. So we got to get some ground beef today. And yeah, and then there's a few other grocery stores you got to go to. Everyone has their favorite stores. You go here to get that, you go here to get that. This is cheaper over here. But that's kind of been a problem with me here. I don't know if you guys have encountered that too, is that like there's just nothing going on sale anymore, or if it's on sale, or maybe that's part of getting old too. It's like, I remember when you could get ground beef for 25 cents a pound, and it's like no, it's like $4 or whatever it is. It's kind of like, what happened to my $1.99 a pound meat? That's gone. What about my $2.99 a pound meat? That's gone. Like, so you keep waiting for all these sales and they just don't come, and then your stash gets lower and lower, and it's like, all right, time to bite the bullet and just blow some cash on some food. You got to eat, right? And not a big fan of this whole inflation thing, but what are you gonna do? And then, so speaking of inflation and expensive food, I am going to go shopping at dun, 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 the dollar store. Yeah, I actually buy food at the dollar store. It's I've found that, like, just looking at different prices and things like that, you can get canned asparagus there for, I think it's $2 a can, which is about half price of what it is at the grocery store. And I don't know, it's fresh asparagus is better. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. But I'll throw the canned stuff in there. It's easy every once in a while just to nuke it and throw some salt on there. There you go. You got some cheap asparagus and corn and canned mushrooms. Yeah, it's about the same there too. And other than that, I don't buy any. I guess I'm buying cheap Chinese food there instead of cheap Chinese garbage that you get at the dollar store. But yeah, what can you do? And what else we got here? Oh, and then to reward myself after all of that hard work, I will have a barbecue today. Don't forget to reward yourself for running around, doing a good job, getting caught up on all your things you got to do. And while I'm barbecuing, I took a look at my compost that's out there, and it's all dried out. And so, because I just keep the lid on it, and then I threw out some coffee grinds there, and it's like, hey, this is all dried out. So might have to play farmer, and actually I'm kind of curious to see, is it still frozen in the middle, or is it going to start working and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm gonna kind of mix that up and get my pitchfork in there, kind of mix up my compost. I'll do that while I'm waiting for the barbecue to go. And there we go. We're going to do a little bit of multitasking there. Got to do something while you're waiting for things to cook. And all right, that is about it. I don't really have I don't really have a great big gigantic show planned for today or anything like that. So I'm getting back in the swing of things and in the spring of things. Yeah. And all right, we'll do the old super pilotish summary and we'll go to any little questions or comments that you have there. Yeah, spring, you gotta, all this stuff, it piles up, you gotta knock it off. So first thing I will knock off is some emails right after I go back. I got to do what they call post production in the biz. So after the YouTube show's done, I go back and you can put your little tags and little fool around with your video on YouTube and like to get more views, which I usually get my usual 20 my 20 viewers all the time, but whatever. And so while I'm at the computer doing that, then I'll knock off some of the emails, people I gotta get back in touch with or meet up with and stuff like that. And okay, hardware, that's the hardware store, not computer hardware. My computer hardware is actually doing great. My old laptop here made it to this laptop made it to El Salvador and back in the camera. And yeah, I'm good for computer stuff, knock on wood, because it's like, I don't know, computers just blow up on you every once in a while. But so not computer hardware, going to the real hardware store, going to knock off some stuff there. And actually, at the hardware store I go to, they actually sell like local honey. So it's like that's, I always put honey in my coffee. Oh, another thing, I did try some Satoshi specialty blend coffee from El Salvador this morning for the first time. Tasted pretty good. The thing is, it's like down here, down in El Salvador, we bought some 3% milk, and it was really good tasting milk with your coffee. Came back here, we bought some like 3% milk. Oh, this is gonna taste great, just like down there. It's like the milk up here tasted kind of garbagey. It wasn't as sweet or had a different flavor to it. I don't know what it was, but it's like, I don't know. I like the El Salvadoran milk better with my coffee, and then put some honey in there too. I like that. So I'll pick up some backup honey at the hardware store too, and other stuff. Groceries, got a whole bunch to catch up on. I got one mustard left. It's like, no, I need backup mustard. I need backup barbecue sauce. I definitely need salad dressing. So I'm going to be stocking up on all that stuff. Dollar store, there's just a few items I get at the dollar store, and I know for a fact they're cheaper, and that's just food. I don't know. I really don't buy anything at the dollar store because it's gonna be junk. Like what did I buy there? I bought these little markers at the dollar store. Two of them, they just blew right up. These it's just it's almost like with the dollar store, they should just like get the container ship from China, and then they pull it up to a dock, and then just to cut out the middleman, they get they dump out the containers, they empty them out, and then you get like a loader, and then scoop up all the stuff, stick it into a truck, and then they bring the truck to the landfill and just dump it right there. So that cuts out all the transportation of actually having it go to the dollar store. You bring it home, it breaks, you throw it in the garbage, and then it goes to the landfill. So they should just go straight to the landfill, and that would save the environment because there'd be less gas getting burned in all those trucks. That's my genius idea about the dollar store. And then I will reward myself with the barbecue after. Pork chops. Got some nice good pork chops. There's a place here in town. It's called Mr. Meat. Actually, it's M.R. Meat, M.R. Meat. But I always thought it was Mr. Meat, but there was an extra period in there. I didn't notice it for years, but we call it Mr. Meat anyways. And they have really good thick pork chops there for barbecuing. And that's probably where I'll pick up my ground beef. I'm sure you're very interested in that. So anyways, but they always have like something on sale there too. Be like, ooh, these sausages are pretty cheap and they're good. Made in-house. So here we go. Let's go through and we'll check out and see whatever questions, comments, concerns everybody has here. Nice to see everybody back in the chat. I really do. I like it when you guys show up. So let's see here. What do we got? We'll go right back to the beginning. Oh, what do we got here? Beer. Actually, I am totally stocked up with beer, but good idea, Shecky. And what else we got here? Wrench likes my plan. I always like a now. Wrench is an engineer, so if he thinks it's a good plan, he's probably right. Okay, about my motorcycle. Oh yeah, you know what? I might add that to my list. Thanks for reminding me. I was thinking about that, Harold. I want to check the voltage on the battery. I might have to charge it up again. Let's get the voltmeter out right now. All right, get ready to bring that upstairs. Yeah, there we go. Voltmeter, don't forget that. And probably will have to give it a little trickle charge, but we'll see. Other than that, I did an oil change on the bike in the fall, so I usually do that. And gas tank's all filled up, so there's no condensation in it. And I think I stuck some fuel stabilizer in it, so that should be okay. And I want the motorcycle all ready to go because when it's that day, it's like, oh, it's 70 degrees and it's sunny and it's beautiful. Let's go. Boom, leather jacket on, out the door. So good idea there, Harold, about the motorcycle. What check you up to? We'll be rearranging the living room this spring and major cleaning. Yeah, you got to do that. We were thinking about shopping for maybe some new furniture here and there, and like I don't know, living with a girl is a little different than if you're a guy because like single guys they don't clean anywhere until they move, and then they leave it for someone else to clean. So what else we got here? Okay. How was my plane flight? Yeah, we went down to when we were down. I'm assuming you're thinking about my flight down to El Salvador. We went direct from Toronto to San Salvador, and got like I love flying direct. I don't like connecting flights and stuff because I've had luggage lost before on connecting flights, and that's just a nightmare. I'd rather pay a little extra bucks and have the knowing that okay, those guys stuck it on the plane there. The plane just goes here and they take it off there. That's not getting moved around and stuff. So on the way down, we took Avianca, which is it's actually a Colombian airline, and man, Avianca. I haven't been on Spirit Airlines, but it sounds kind of like the sort of like the I don't know, what would you call it, Colombian version of Spirit. I mean, they pack you in like a sardine there, man. Like for someone my height, it's like you just can't move. You're stuck for like, okay, here I am for 4.5 hours. Sure, I'll have a drink. Oh, that'll cost me $5 US. Oh, okay. So on the way down, yeah, we took the flight. It was like pretty I don't know, probably getting old there. I was pretty stiff when I got off the plane because you just can't move. They just squish you in like a sardine. So we got a notification that we could upgrade up to business class after that. And I was looking on the way down. I'm like, this is sardine class, man. It's like, and there was a few seats up in the front of the plane. It was an Airbus A320. So up at the front there was some business class seats, and I was looking, okay, more leg room. Yeah, okay, more. Instead of having 3 seats, they got 2 with a little console, and they're a little better. So we actually upgraded to the business class on the way back. And I think I'm spoiled now. I've only been in like first class once ever in my life, and it was years ago. And I'm really spoiled on the first class, business class now. I don't know if I can go back. I'll just blow the cash or whatever. It's not that it's not like I travel all the time, so a few $100 it might be worth it. So that's how the flight went, Harold, and I'm all spoiled now. Okay. Yeah, okay, Sheku's talking about the milk here. Dutch milk better than the US. It tastes better. Years ago, I went to Germany and their milk was like a lot better. And then Wrench is talking about the milk here too. Was it not pasteurized? Okay, it was pasteurized milk down there. I was checking because I was like, is this, uh, there's different like different laws in different countries and stuff about that you can get pasteurized milk. I think in like Canada and the United States, it's like, no, you cannot drink anything from the land, from the cow, from the you must spray everything and process everything before you eat it. It was like, okay, yeah, whatever, buddy. So, yeah, it was pasteurized down there, but I think I don't know, maybe the cows have different diets down there. That could probably affect it. And I really don't know. All the cows I saw down there, they were looking pretty scrawny. It's just like because it's not the rainy season there and nothing's growing, so you just see these skinny cows up the side of a mountain just hanging out. And but I'm sure they fatten them up, and once the grass starts growing in the rainy season, they'll fatten up a bit. But those cows look pretty bad. I don't even know how they give milk, but maybe that's it. It's all I don't know, concentrated milk or something like that because the cows are skinny. But they managed to make a go of it, and like these cows will be right on the side of this mountain, just hanging out. It's pretty wild. Horses too. So I would say I don't know. It was pasteurized, but there's a different process that they're doing or feeding them something differently. Okay. And Shecky's talking about gets a few good things at the dollar store. Oh, Ziploc baggies, candles. Yeah, candles. You get those little votive candles. You get a ton of them for like I don't know. Actually, candles would be good for dollar store. Gift bags. Actually, I've managed to accumulate a good collection of gift bags that I just don't throw out. We got tons. So, but yeah, that'd be good. Oh, it's another thing there that I like to get at the dollar store too is like painting supplies. You just get like a cheap brush, use it, toss it in the landfill, or those if you got a roller, don't bother cleaning it, just throw it in the landfill. Or even the trays for that, little plastic trays for painting, just junk it. It was meant to support the those green jobs in the landfill. All right, what do we got here? Oh, Wrench is saying that my dollar store container ship reminds me of okay. Wrench has an idea that they should drive the airline wagons into the terminal so no one has to throw bags on the carousel. That's actually pretty brilliant. You should do that. Yeah, I'm surprised no one did that, or security reasons maybe, or a lot of times systems develop and they don't change because people just say, well. It's what we've always done. Oh, and Vanessa Kitty popped in too. Hi, Vanessa Kitty. Okay. All right. Wrench is talking about my BMW most popular video. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of videos on my BMW oil change and stuff like that. And I think it's because I had such a specific title, and you Google that and it pops right up. But that could be it, or maybe the information is actually good. It's just what I do. Thought I'd share it. Part of that, that's one of the reasons I like doing the show is maybe I can share some information, make someone's life a little bit better. So, Vanessa Kitty was saying the local cows are pretty good for milk. Churned butter from their heavy cream. Vanessa Kitty's hardcore. Okay, very cool. Oh, here we go. Dutch are great dairy farmers all over the world. Yeah, Dutch are fantastic farmers, period. I mean, they're just no, you got to really think about the like because that country is so like under sea level. I mean, they got great soil because of that, but for like hundreds of years to be able to pump out all that water and have all their dike systems and everything like that, like yeah, the Dutch are pretty bright. They're pretty bright, and they're very good at maximizing yield from such a small country. And also, they're really on the forefront of like greenhouses. Like here around Windsor, there's a lot of tomato greenhouses, and they grow strawberries and stuff like that. And I know a guy who went over to the Netherlands to check out what they were doing, and this was like years ago, and they had all this automated leafy green stuff. It's like, okay, you put the seeds here and it basically goes down this long, slow conveyor belt. By the time it gets to the end, it goes, there's like a little saw comes, cuts it off, puts a band around it, like a totally automated lettuce factory. And then it goes back and then there's nutrients in the water. It's all kind of hydroponic and stuff. And then you can all control it on your phone. And this was like 10 years ago, this guy was telling me about this. Now they do that around here with the tomatoes. You can adjust all kinds of, oh, take a picture. It looks like it needs more nitrogen. I'll bump that up on my phone. So it's like, but the Dutch and in Denmark, I think they did that too, is where they automated a lot of the farming. Okay. Ooh, this sounds good. You can use the buttermilk in the biscuits after making butter. Yeah. If you're talking biscuits and gravy, I'm in. That's just one thing they don't have in Canada is biscuits and gravy, and I love biscuits and gravy, man. Every time I get down to the southern United States, it's like, give me biscuits and gravy. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care if it's at McDonald's. I want it. So that's cool. Good stuff. Okay, and there we go. If I had a TV producer, he'd be going like this: "Stretch it out, Graham. Stretch it out." So looks like I stretched it out to 25 minutes with the help of everybody in the chat here today. Nice to be back, and looks like I got to get busy on taking care of some chores. So that's about it for today. Today is Monday, so I will be back on Wednesday. No more vacations, no more slacking off. I'll be back on Wednesday because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern, and we'll just shut her down. So thank you for watching. Bye.